Hello and welcome to week 9 of Esper's Refit, which takes us into the 3rd month. And this also takes us into the transitional period, which is the precursor to the southwest monsoon. And as you can see behind me, we've got some pretty big clouds to contend with, and they've been hampering the progress of the painters this week. I'm outside the boatyard now, and we're at a crucial stage with the spray painting because we are ready to put the 545 undercoat on the top sides, and of course they need dry weather. And so after many months of not been at sea and having my weather forecasting skills tested, I've been spending the last hour watching these clouds. Now there's some cloud build up, but the wind is coming from this direction and we appear to have a clear patch. Now they need 2 hours to spray and then 1 hour to dry, so we need 3 hours. It's now half past 2 in the afternoon, so the question is, can they get it done in time before it starts raining, which it is forecast to do later. You can see clouds over there, but I've said I think they can do it, so I've given them the go-ahead, and it's just going to be a case of wait and see. So you can see Kim up there, who's been cleaning the hull. Obviously they need to make sure that everything is completely dry. So that's the high build. And now Uti's going to start mixing up the paint. Okay, 10 minutes later, 20 to 3, and I've changed my mind. I've decided that the bank of clouds that are over up there are actually coming this way. And I've been watching these. So although the wind is blowing behind me over in that direction, these clouds do seem to be coming that way. So literally I was just about to watch Ut open the tin of Awlgrip primer, but that just stopped him in time. It's just not worth taking the risk, to be honest. I mean, it's expensive paint, and if it starts raining whilst the paint is still curing, then that's a lot of money down the drain. So I'd much rather pay someone's extra day's wage than for another tin of paint. It's Tuesday morning and the time is just coming up to 10 o'clock, and our neighbour Peter has very kindly lent us a humidity meter I should say, percentage of humidity in the air. You see here 77%. That was 85% about 20 minutes ago. It's coming down. It's come down quite quickly, in fact, but the boys are itching to get painting.
As the painters sprayed the top sides, we tasked our favourite female worker with sanding, priming and painting both the ladderette and the anchor locker. May, who loves coming to work in her latest fashionable clobber, managed to get most of the primer on her jacket and jeans, so we insisted she wear a bodysuit and mask whilst applying the top coat. She still managed to cover herself in white paint, but she did a great job. Lek, meanwhile, started to remove some of the old filler and also helped the painters prepare the deck. It's being sanded back, and as we speak, they'll begin filling. So while the painters were outside battling with the weather, trying to get the paint on before the rain, we went below and we discovered a few surprises. So the cabin's one of the things that's changed most this week. Firstly, on this side, we didn't used to have really very much storage at all for Jamie. All we had was one rail and his shirts, all 52 of them hanging on it. So we decided to get rid of the rail, and in its place we've now got this huge cabinet area here where we're going to have 2 lots of lockers here, and then we're going to open up in here to get into this locker here, and then we're going to have another opening here for the top locker, and the whole of the top will be available for storage, generally with shelves and a few more lockers at the back. So although it's made the area slightly more cramped, it's given us a huge amount of storage space, which is always what we're looking for. But then what was really exciting today was we finally, after 8 years on the boat and me lying here and saying, I'm sure it's hollow, we decided to open up and have a look, and it is hollow, and there's all this space that's never been used. So this is going to be my new locker. Don't know what I'm going to put in it yet, but I'm sure I'll find something. So that's good. The other thing I've always complained about is not being able to get into this locker. So Tui today, actually no, not Tui, Tom today, has put a nice little opening in here so I can now get into the locker easily and I can store things up on my side. So, very happy. Oh, one more thing. We have had a problem with the diesel tank leaking, and we finally went through the whole lot of it, all the tank area, through here, through the back, on both sides this week, and we discovered that the main problem is the fact that the lazarette behind us has been leaking, and there was a very wet patch on this side, on the port side. You can see, yep, here, right through inside the locker here, and it still smelt of diesel. So it's all been ripped out, it's going to dry off, and the holes that had some bolts through that we've never used, don't know what they're for, are going to be sealed. So no more problems with diesel. Hurrah!
And just finally in the inside, we now have a bit of Corelle here. It is Corelle, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. Get my Corelles and Corians modelled up. This was a spare offcut which was very kindly donated to us, and Pong has lifted all of the old gear out. We've got a new tap to put in here, and he's cut this out today to drop the sink back in. Nice solid bit of composite marble, which is fantastic. Come through, follow me. Inside here, same bit of Corian. We've decided to stick in the corner here. Nice and solid, which is fantastic, looks great. And just finally, this is the first week that we have had the varnishers in. Except of course, if you remember, they're not varnishing, they are actually using polyurethane. And the reason why we're doing this is because we did a little experiment. We got a piece of veneer and we painted one side with polyurethane and one side with a standard varnish. And the difference between the two was quite substantial. As we've mentioned previously, we want to try and get away from the yellowed varnished effect and try and maintain a much lighter look. So you can't really see it in here, but Liz's Boffice has finally had, it's now had 3 coats of polyurethane put in here. The advantage of this, of course, is that as we continue to work on the rest of the boat, it means that it will no longer get scuffed. So we've had 2 guys in, and they've been sanding back and painting the polyurethane. Still got a couple of issues with the joins, which we just want to tidy up, but on the whole it's really starting to take shape and we're very happy with that.
That's it for this episode. Next week though, we thought we might do something a little different. We often get asked questions about the refit, so we've decided to do a Q&A session. If you'd like to leave a message, get in touch with us through any of our social media channels. You can email us, send us a message on Twitter, on Facebook, through our website, or on YouTube at the end of this video. In the meantime, we're looking forward to Esper's third month of work.